our basic problem. So we have taken a loan of this amount and down payment is 9%. Rate of interest is 9.5% per annum. Loan duration is 20 years. So what we'll have to do here is I'll have to create a schedule. First we call that what we call is the loan amortization schedule. So once we have the schedule, I can do any kind of calculations that I need. So how to do that? We are just demonstrating it. So let us go to the new sheet. I have already done it. The loan amount is this amount. Down payment is 9%, right? So if down payment is 9%, this if I make into with this one, I get the down payment. So once I get the down payment, I can get what is the loan that I'm supposed to be taken. This is the total amount of the house. I deduct the down payment. I actually gave the loan amount. This should be my loan amount. Now if you look at it's a 20-year loan, so I put 20 years and payment per year is 12. So if we really want to calculate the NP year here, NP year will be, we understand, or if I really want to make the NP year, just a moment, if I want to make the NP year instead of here, I can take a insert and I can calculate the NP year to remove any confusion. NP year will be this into this 12. Okay, now the first thing, the payment numbers. We'll calculate the payment numbers. You remember we'll have 240 payments. So I type 1 here. I select this particular cell. I come to this field rate. I come to this series. I choose a column and I choose the stop value up to 240. So I click OK. Now you see I got 240 periods. That's what I needed because I'm creating a schedule so that I can make an analysis. Now what is done here, the payment, that is because I have to calculate the payment per period. So for payment per period, I'll use the Pmt function. All right. So I'm using the Pmt function. Pmt function, again, it is asking for the rate of interest. Annual rate of interest is 9% that I have taken. I think it is 9.5%. So let me make it 9.5%. I'm so sorry. I make just a moment. I think payment is 9.5%. So let me correct it, make it 9.5%. So this is 9.5%. So here, let me calculate the installment that I will pay in the per period. So this is rate of interest compounded monthly divided by 12. Then it is asking for NPR. I've already chosen the calculated the NPR, and this is my present value. All right. So this is the installment that I have calculated, and I also remember the installment will be the same throughout. So because I have to drag it down, so because I have to drag it down, I'm converting them into the absolute references by putting dollar, by placing the F4. So once it is done, I can simply drag the payment because these 240 payments I'll have to make. And these are all negative values that is coming because these are going out. So this has gone up to the last payment. So I am making 240 installments, which is amount to 46,653 like that. Now, what happens? Loan that I have taken, this is the loan. One payment that I make, part of it goes as a payment against it we call the principal payment, and part of it goes as the interest for the payment that I have taken. Right? So I will have to segregate the principal amount and the interest amount from the each payment, which gives varying according to the periods. So for that we have two functions to calculate payment that I make per period with the help of we call the PPMT function, and interest that we paid per period with the help of something we call the IPMT function. All right. So let us go here because here I have to calculate the principal. So what I will do, I will type equal to principal is calculated with the help of PPMT function, payment per period, right? Then I start the bracket. Then as I said, I follow the instinct. It is the rate. So I select the rate. I will not forget to divide it by 12. Then it is asking for PR, period. Remember this, in this case, period is this. This is the first period. All right. Then it is asking for the NPR. I have the NPR with me. And it is asking for the present value. Future value we did not calculate in a loan in this case because there is no balloon payment. So this is my present value, that loan that I have taken. I can close it, I can press it enter. Now here again what I do, I fix the things because I'll have to drag it. Period, I will not fix it because period will vary from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will fix the NP year and I will fix the present value. Once this is done, I press enter. I can simply drag it down. So this is the amount, that principal amount that I am paying up to 240 that I have got. This is the principal out of the loan amount. This is the principal amount that I am paying has been written here. All right. And same way, I can calculate the interest. For interest, actually, instead of everything remains same, but instead of PPMT, it becomes IPMT. So I can select this one, then press the escape button. I can double click it. I paste it rather than typing the equation. I can press enter. It gives me the same value. Now here, for instead of I change P, I change it to I and press enter. So it gives me the interest that I've paid out of this amount. This is the amount that interest I have paid. Now if I drag it down, again interest per period that I have paid. So this is the whole schedule that I have made. Now the final thing, is it a correct scheduling that I have made? So I'll have to calculate what is the balance remaining after the first payment, what is the balance remaining after the second payment, what is the balance remaining after the third payment. Remember that this is the interest that I am paying will not be deducted from the amount. Principal will be deducted from the amount. So I click on the amount. I do not give a minus sign in this case. I give a plus sign for a simple reason, because principal is came as a negative value because it is going out. So I plus it. Actually, I am deducting principal from the loan amount. I press enter. I get the balance amount here. And for the next period, because this is the amount remain to be paid, and this is the amount that I have paid in the second period. So this is the balance remain, right? Now simply I can drag it down and it will come to the last period. So this is the remaining amount after payments, remaining amount after payment. It comes down and finally you see, if you look at it, it has become 0. So when I made the 240th payment, my balance became 0. So that means I made the full payment. So first aspect of the analysis has been done. All right. Now the question that has been asked in this case is, I am shifting the loan after 10th period. I am shifting the loan after the 10th period, and I am giving a 7.5% rate of interest to SBI. Also, I am paying 0.5% processing fee to HDFC. All right. So let us come to 10th period. 10th year means 10 into 120, 120 period. Let us come to the 120 period. So if I come to 120th period, this is my 120th period. So when I made the payment, this is the balance amount that is remaining to be paid. So this amount I have shifted to SBI and I took a loan from SBI this amount. So I copy it. Maybe now I type this is the present value here, that is the loan amount, PV. Okay, just to understand, from SBI that I have taken, I right click, again I'll have to copy, I think that one. I copy it. I come here, remember that I'll have to do a paste special, then put the value. So this is the amount, the loan that I will take from SBI. Okay, this is the loan that I have said I will take from SBI. This is the loan, and SBI said the rate of interest they are giving is 7.5%. They are giving a 7.5% rate of interest, and the years is 10 years, and number of periods per year is like this. Number of periods per year is 12, so I'll have to make 12 payments. So my NPR that comes here is, actually NPR is 120. So if this is there, I can actually calculate the installment. I need not go for the scheduling again, because the question here has been asked is, which one is a better option for me, shifting the loan or keeping it to the SBI. So here, let me calculate the PMT of this remaining amount. So if I calculate the PMT of this remaining amount, right? Because after I shifted, it's a new loan now, right? So it's a new loan. So if it's a new loan, I calculate PMT. All right, it is asking for the rate of interest, that is 7.5%. I divide it by 12. Then I come to NPR, that is 120. This is my present value. All right, I click it. So I will pay 120 installment of this amounts. Now actually I can do an analysis. So let me first look at it. If it is HDFC, if it is HDFC, what is the scenario? HDFC, I made a down payment. In HDFC, I made a down payment. All right. Let us look at the down payment. What is the down payment that I made in HDFC? Let me come at the top. I made a down payment of this amount. So I control C it. I come here. I pay special. I paste the value. In HDFC, the payments that I made through installments. Remember that there are 120 payments I made into, I'll have to do, actually what I'll have to do is I'll have to copy the installment from here. So this is the installment, and remember this is a negative value, right? So maybe somewhere I put it, pay special, I put it as a value, all right? And I can, if I wish, I can actually multiply it with a -1 so that I make it a positive value. So this has become a positive value. Now here the payments that I made is actually 120 into per installment in this one. This is the total payment that I have made. Also, I paid a processing fee of the remaining amount. So I paid a processing fee, that is 0.5% of the remaining amount. That was the remaining amount into 0.5% I paid. So this is the amount that I paid. So now if I calculate it total, it comes to, as you understand, if I do equal to sum, if I do, now it comes to something around this amount. Okay, this is the amount that I have got from here. 120 into J2, this is the processing fee is this, total amount is this. So this is the amount that I have paid to HDFC plus, sorry, here I am doing the calculation of the SBI, right? SBI. So this is the amount I paid to HDFC plus what I paid to SBI is very simple. I am paying SBI this many 120 installment of this much. So I pay -1 into this. -1 I am doing to negate the negative value 120. So I press enter, right? So basically the total amount that I have paid to SBI and HDFC after shifting. So this is the shifting amount that I have paid. After shifting, total amount, this much amount I have paid to HDFC and this much amount I have paid to SBI. So total amount became this for a loan that I have taken. Now, if I consider only for HDFC now, if I only consider for HDFC, again HDFC, I have this down payment. If I have continued with the HDFC, this is the down payment I have, and the other payments that I have made is, if you look at the HDFC, this is the amount that I am paying. This is the amount that I am paying in HDFC. This is the amount that I am paying, and I would have paid 240 amounts, right? So I make 240 into this. I press and enter. So this is the amount that I got. So if I now calculate the total amount, you know, this is the total amount I would have paid if I would have continued with the HDFC now present. So it is something, see. So obviously now if you see the difference, if you calculate, you will understand you took a good decision by shifting to HDFC. So if you this minus this amount, see, you are making a savings of this many amount by shifting to HDFC, SBI. So the conclusion is that you should shift to SBI, because if you would not have shifted to SBI, this is the total amount that you have paid, and because you have shifted to reserve tenant, this is the amount that you are paying. So this is a kind of analysis we have done on a pure financial sector, and I hope you understood the whole process. You know, uh, can apply these things when a situation demands. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the session.